Hey guys, what's going on? This is Bobberati back with another video. Today's video, we're gonna have to be reacting. I say have to, because I tried making a gameplay. It didn't work. Nothing is working, guys, and it's really frustrating. It's really annoying. But, seems like you're working. That outfit, hell yeah, you looking drippy as hell today. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Keep that trip coming, man. But anyway, we're gonna be reacting to Fsang 18. That's the mod, what it's called. But this fine gentleman here.
My name is Bandit, and welcome back to
Bandit. It's Bandit Helping. I believe that's what it's called. His name is Bandit Helps. I will link this video. I will link his channel in the description. He is quite helpful. He is the person that introduced me to Fsang 18. He's the person who introduced me to that, and so far the mod is really enjoyable. I really enjoy that mod, but I tried to make a video about Fsang 18. It didn't work. It didn't work. But we're going to be reacting to this fine gentleman here. And he is going to be talking about Superman from this mod. But before we get started in this mod, I would just like to check my weight on camera. I made a TikTok the other day. Well, it was originally a TikTok. I uploaded it to a whole bunch of places. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube. So let's check my weight. It's been a while since we have. I was talking a big game about losing weight. Let's hope that I didn't gain it all back, because if so, I'm going to cry. I have lost a pound since I have put that video out there. I have lost a singular pound, guys. I haven't really had anything to eat all day, so it's probably just a lack of food in my gut. But still, I am doing a lot. I'm making a lot of progress on my diet, and I'm loving what I'm seeing.
another Fsang 18 Hero Pack review. I've been saying that a lot lately. Today, thanks to these comments, we're going over the Kryptonian. But not just the Kryptonian, there's two variations. The half Kryptonian and the full Kryptonian, and I'm going to be doing them both in this video. And before we get into it, here's all the disclaimers. This is a Forge and Fabric mod. It's for 1.20.1. It is not for Bedrock, and it is not for mobile, so please keep that in mind. Now, usually I go over the obtaining of the superpowers first, but let's quick take a look at these suits, because they are just so cool looking. Here is the Superman suit. You just gotta love OG Superman. I actually don't think it matches my skin very well.
I don't know. Put down in the comment section below. Do you prefer the, black suit Superman? Or do you prefer the OG Superman? What do you like better?
So I wouldn't be running this one around, but you do get 17 armor bars and 6 toughness with it. We also have the Black Superman variation, which only has 10 armor bars and looks like this, kind of giving me Danny Phantom vibes. Creeper, if you try to ruin my mod review, I'm going to be so sad. And then we have the Beyond Superman outfit, which is 13 armor bars and looks like this.
I personally like the Beyond Superman. Out of all of them thus far, the Beyond has... I don't know why I'm yelling. The mic's right there. I don't need to yell. I apologize. This Beyond Superman, thus far, has been my favorite. You know what? Screw it. I'm a loud person! I'm allowed to yell! But, so far, in the mod review, I think the Beyond Superman is my favorite.
Not my favorite one. Out of all of 3 of these, I would definitely prefer this Superman. This Creeper is mad scaring me. Oops. Anyway, we'll just ignore that, and let's talk about how we obtain these superpowers. As I said, there's 2 types. There's the half Kryptonian, which looks like half of a human, half of a Kryptonian, which...
Do Kryptonians bleed green? Is that what you're saying? Because I've seen Superman bleed. It was red.
That's what it is. And we have the full Kryptonian DNA over here. To make the half DNA, you're going to use a diamond chest plate, a block of kryptonite, and augmented human DNA, all inside of a crafting table, and that will give you the half DNA. For the augmented human DNA, you have to take an empty syringe, which you craft like this. Hold shift, right click in the air to get your human DNA, and then throw that in the furnace to get the augmented human DNA. Then you can take the rest of these ingredients here, combine them in a crafting table, and there we go, we have the half kryptonite DNA. Same process for the Kryptonian, except it takes a little more expensive items, 2 Kryptonian blocks, 1 netherite chest plate, and augmented human DNA, center to get the Kryptonian DNA. You can also trade with the Scientist Villager in order to get the Kryptonian DNA by getting...
Ooh, a whole new villager? I thought you just added some glasses to him to make him look all snazzy and smart. Snazzy.
Getting him to level 5, there's a chance he sells Kryptonian DNA like this. To create a Scientist Villager, you'll need a scientific table, which is crafted with a crafting table, book and quill, paper, and a glass bottle, and you just put that next to an unemployed villager, so he's actually standing on it, and he'll become the Scientist Villager. One thing you may ask is, where do I get all of the Kryptonite? And you can actually find it on Y level 30 to negative 20, and this is what it looks like. It'll drop
20, from 30 to negative 20.
On Y level 30 to negative 20, and this is what it looks like. It'll drop Kryptonite shards, and you can use those shards to make a block. It's just 9 of them, like a regular ore. Or you can use those shards to make Kryptonite tools. You can make all of these tools in the same normal pattern as you would any other tool, just with Kryptonite shards. And the sword does 5 damage, the shovel does 3, the axe does 4, the pickaxe does 3, and the hoe does 1. And I believe this pickaxe is iron level. These will also do extra damage against Kryptonians that you hit them with, because spoiler alert, Kryptonite is Superman's weakness. I think though it's time that we get
You
into
don't
the powers.
say!
Let's activate the half Kryptonian DNA. Starting off, I get 4 armor bars, 1 toughness, 22 health, and if we punch this dummy, we do 3 base damage. Let's take a look at our upgrades. Even though we're a half Kryptonian, we still get quite a lot of upgrades in all of the areas. We have a lot of passives, we have a lot of actives, there's a lot of things to go through, so I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible. The first one we'll look at is the combat skill tree, and if you've seen my other videos, it's just increasing the strength. Here we have 4 upgrades, so let's just grab them all. With it maxed out, we now do 9 damage a hit. Coming over to the passive skill tree, we have enhanced durability. 3 upgrades of that will get us up to 10 armor bars. We then have enhanced toughness, and we have 3 levels of that to give us up to 5 toughness. And then, of course, we can increase our health, and this one has 5 upgrades, getting us up to 50 hearts. We then have enhanced healing, 1 and 2, which increase the healing speed without having any food. Next, we can go over to movement skills. We have enhanced speed and the ability to toggle it on and off. So if we toggle it on, this is how fast I move when walking, and this is how fast I move when sprinting. There's a little bit of difference between the two, but honestly you can get away with probably just walking really fast. You do not have step assist though, like some of the other heroes, which can be a problem when running really fast. Looks like we have a second upgrade in enhanced speed, and is this one? No, and it kind of doesn't really seem like it's a difference. Oh, also we can fly even without any upgrades. They say fly, it's very slow. We can move to the side really quick, and I think that's a glitch, but we actually need to upgrade some of the flight upgrades, which are down here. But first, we need leap. This is a toggleable leap ability.
So, I thought that, and this might just be because the only half Kryptonian that I have ever known in comic world would be Connor Kent from the Young Justice series. It's the only half Kryptonian that I know of, and he can't fly, so I'm just like, huh? Why can this character fly?
Ability, which default, it doesn't do anything. But if we toggle this on, we now jump super high, which I'm glad they give you the option to toggle this, because I...
Super high, you say? Sorry.
know some mods that don't let you toggle the jump boost, and it is very annoying, especially when you just want to get up 1 block. You now have to go up 8. So, glad they have the toggle for that. But here we're able to upgrade the fly and supersonic flight abilities. So now if we double tap, we can fly here with little issue. And it's actually a pretty fast flight. Even with 2 upgrades, we're still going supersonic speed and going very, very quickly. But with that, that's all of the passive upgrades done, so let's move on to the solar skill tree. Now because you're a Kryptonian, the sun actually does boost your powers, which we're going to see coming up in the later video, but the first upgrade we have is tactile telekinesis. So this half Kryptonian apparently has the ability to repel.
Also, like, that's kind of impressive, tactile telekinesis. Because, like, the way it was described to me, yes, Kryptonians have super strength, so, like, why would you need telekinesis if you could just grab a car with 1 hand and, you know, shack that shit. But, like, tactile telekinesis, like, say you need to move a universe or a galaxy. Like, first of all, how are you going to grab a galaxy? As long as you're, like, touching, I guess, the energy of the galaxy can move it with ease because there's no physical thing to grab. So super strength isn't going to do shit. So like, that's how it was explained to me. I don't know.
Useful it is. Our next upgrade, though, is a telekinetic blast, and this one will blast the target. It takes the same spot of our repel, so now you have to hold shift if you want to repel them. But let's hit the blast and see what it does. Kind of looks like it just pushed them away again. Let's do that. Yeah, it might be like a ranged attack, I guess. The Kryptonite Blast does not seem to do too much at this stage. Maybe once we get a little more sunlight, that will increase in power. But for now, let's look at the other upgrades. We have a telekinetic stun, which stuns entities in the 3x3x3 radius, and makes it so they can't move for 8 seconds. So let's summon a few husks, have them come over, and then stun. There they are. They're stuck and they can't move, and I can just take them out. They can still touch you if you get close enough, which I kind of do when I run so fast. The next upgrade is to the tactile stun, and it actually increases the radius to 10 by 10 by 10. If we summon the husks back, to activate this new one, you have to hold shift and then press V, and it does the bigger radius. But as you can see, it does disable all of your stun and other abilities for a short amount of time until it comes back. And there it did come back, so we can use the other short range stun one. So you just have to be careful with some of your powers to make sure that you don't get yourself in a situation where you don't have powers after using stun. Next upgrade, though, is the frost.
That I don't know how accurate to the comics that is. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how accurate that is to the comics. I don't know.
Breath. And this, of course, is going to do some freezing damage. Let's see if we can find some water. Here we go. I'm pretty sure this is going to freeze the water. If I do this and get closer... Okay, it doesn't actually freeze water. That's unfortunate. I thought it would. Oh, it doesn't damage, but it pushes far, far away. And it actually goes way far. Okay, it's hitting that other side of the mountain. If we...
Then I'm going to call that super breath. Because he also has super breath. And in this case... wouldn't be freezing. Because from what I'm seeing, if it doesn't do damage, and it just pushes you away, doesn't even freeze water, it ain't freeze breath, it's super breath.
A bunch of these, we can just kind of hold this and keep everything far away from us and nothing's going to touch us. It kind of seems like the half Kryptonian is not really focused on offense, but rather focused on defense. With the stuns, the pushing them away, it doesn't seem she has too much offensive capability. I mean, she can punch really hard, and I guess she can stun and then punch, but you still have to be careful you don't get close enough to them that they can still hit you. Anyway, a few more upgrades. Next one is heat vision, and this, of course, does laser eyes. It doesn't light the ground on fire. It does light him on fire. Looks like it does 6, and it looks really cool too. Our next upgrade is enhanced solar intake. So that's one thing I didn't actually talk about yet. The sunlight is something that you will need to charge up your powers. Right now, I don't have too much in my bar. You can see it's empty. But if we upgrade this, we can increase the amount of energy that we take whenever we're above a Y level of 400. So let's just fly up there real fast. If you want to cheat and check your actual sun level, you can use this scoreboard command here. This just tells you what level it's at and how fast it's going up. So right now we're at 2,000. Since I'm impatient, I'm going to set it to a value of 100,000. There we go, 100,000. That should be good enough for now. And you may notice we're actually doing a little more damage now when we punch things. That is because a Kryptonian's power, similar to the Viltrumite, is proportional to the amount of sunlight that they have absorbed. The more sunlight they absorb, the...
But Viltrumites don't have the sunlight, or do they? Do they? I don't know.
They get. Stay till the end of the video if you want to see what happens when we max out the sunlight. Although it increases the power of your punches, it does not increase...
Or I could skip to the end of the video if I want to see what happens when you max out your punches, but whatever.
Increase the potency of your laser eyes or any of your abilities. If you want to increase them, you can hold shift and then hit the M key to change the output level of it. So now, if our heat vision is up to level 3, we now do 10 damage per tick, instead of the other level 1, which was only 6. Same thing for the frost breath. We can actually increase this to level 3, and then we do 4, and we accidentally froze ourselves. Oh, we somehow made a block of ice. How did that happen? Okay, so when it's at level 3, it actually summons snow. Let's summon a husk
Check
here
the
and see
water.
if it actually gets frozen into a block of ice. And I think
No, but you do.
Yes, okay, and we froze ourselves on accident, but we did freeze this guy into a block of ice.
Go to the water now. If you can freeze shit, go to the water now. Duh.
And he will suffocate before he dethaws. Although what's not awesome is the fact that this ice is still here and I don't really know how to break it, so we'll just ignore it for now. The last upgrade for the half Kryptonian is Tactile Telekinesis Unchained. What this does is turns off all of your telekinetic abilities. Ice is still here and I don't really know how to break it, so we'll just ignore it for now. The last upgrade for the half Kryptonian is Tactile Telekinesis Unchained. What this does is turns off all of your telekinetic abilities. It increases your strength and physical attributes. So we have 50 health, 12 armor, and do 11 damage. If I hit this, everything's disabled. We now have 20 armor bars, and we do 23, so that's over double the damage now. I also assume we have a boost to flight speed. You have to turn that off by just waiting for the cooldown, but once it's done, you should gain back all of your other abilities, which looks like we do. So now, before we switch to the regular Kryptonian, let's see what happens when we max.
I'm not gonna lie. If the half Kryptonian is this powerful, can't wait to see how powerful the full Kryptonian is.
Out our solar power. Let's just go straight for it. 10 million. I'm pretty sure this is as high as it gets. Actually, it can go higher. We can go up to 20 million. Can we go 100 million? There we go. I don't know what it's maxed out at, but whatever it is, we've hit the max. Interestingly, unlike the Viltrumite, this does not actually increase our health. It does increase our armor. We're at 1,000 armor bars, but it doesn't increase the health at all. Let's see what happens to our punches. Yep, we're maxed out on punches. So that is all for...
Wow! That was... Dude was headbanging. Bro was listening to some metal.
Half Kryptonian, let's switch our powers over to the Kryptonian and see what's different. Let me just grab this Kryptonian syringe and right-click to gain the Kryptonian powers. Right off the bat, I already have 24 hearts, 6 armor bars, and I do 5 damage. If we look at the upgrades, we have about the same level of upgrades, it seems. Maybe a few more. Oh yeah, a few more strength for sure. I'll just upgrade all of these as fast as I can. And full strength, we do 15 a hit, which is a lot stronger than the half Kryptonian, but that makes sense. Let's try the durability and max that out. 18 armor bars, not bad. Let's get that toughness, which also seems to go up pretty high. Yep, 8 toughness. And then let's get our health all the way up as well. As a full Kryptonian, we have 60 hearts, where the half Kryptonian only had 50 when fully maxed out. We also have 3 levels of healing
10 more?
instead of the other half.
10 more? I mean, is that much more impressive?
Kryptonians 2 levels. Let's unlock this speed. Already super fast. I'm not even holding the sprint key. I honestly don't think we'd be able to tell a difference with the sprint key. It is faster though when you're sprinting. No surprise there. We can still toggle on and off the speed with this ability here, which is good to have. And it looks like we have 4 levels of enhanced speed. Let's turn that baby on and see how fast we run. We still do not have step assist though, which makes running very difficult. And it also makes it kind of hard to judge how fast you actually are, because at some point you just get too fast to even function. Let's turn that speed off and let's get our leap ability. I'm not going to bother turning it on, but let's just go and fly to see if there's a speed difference in the flight at all. One thing I do notice is that the flying animation for Superman does have his arm out, so he actually has his fist out ready to go.
It changes, which is
faster than the half.
Which is cool. I like how it changes. That's a good feature, I will say. Good feature, yes, indeed.
Again, it is kind of hard to tell for some of these because the flying is pretty similar. Those are all the passive upgrades though, so let's get into Superman's powers. We have a super air punch for his first ability, and if I'm not mistaken, this just does a Viltrumite-like smash that blows up a significant amount of the environment, as well as doing lots of damage. Let's get ourselves a dummy to see exactly how much damage we do to it. So let's hit V. It did 31 explosion damage and 6 impact damage. Very, very strong indeed. Let's look at high speed punches. So I'm going to guess this is similar to Viltrumite, where it just does a lot of punches consecutively and does more explosions. So let's hit the V key. Okay, so that is not doing explosion, but it is doing up close damage, and it's breaking the sound barrier, and it's doing 12 per hit, and we can hold this for quite a while. If you still want to use your super punch, just hold shift and then hit V, and you can still punch as far as you like.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Our X-ray vision, and this allows us to, well, X-ray. We can see all of the mobs and entities in a certain radius around us. It's actually a pretty big radius. We can see that creeper all the way down there, so that is a very good ability to have, especially when you're looking for specific mobs or even finding caves. That should allow you to do that pretty easily. Then we have Frost Breath, which I assume is going to be just like the other girl's ability. If we hold shift, we can not increase the power level for this one yet.
Other
Let's
girls?
summon a Husk here, a living entity, and see what it does. There he is. Let's hold this. Yes, it currently just blows away the husk. We don't have the ability to change the level yet. It also doesn't do any damage currently. The next one we have, though, is Heat Vision, which this one should do some damage. Yes, and I like the particles with it. It's very satisfying to look at.
But is that very accurate? That's the real question. All I care about the accuracy.
Damage, and once you unlock Heat Vision is actually when you're able to change the output level of all your other powers. So now we can upgrade the Frost Breath to level 3, or output level 3. And let's freeze that guy into a block of ice there. And shift to do the same thing with Heat Vision as well, which this should now do 10 damage. Yep, there we go. Next, we have Advanced Solar Intake, and I was supposed to go above 500Y, which I didn't do for the other girl, but he has actually double
Other girl?
Enhanced Solar Intake. If we get up to Y level of 900 or more, it supercharges our solar abilities. Let's see what our solar level is at now. It's at 1000, and if we check it again, 1071. Let's fly up to a high Y level and see just how fast it is. We are flying super fast. We're already up to 500. There we go. You feel the yellow radiation pour into your body, and now you feel it, but with orange text. Now I can visually see this going up. Yeah, there we go. The power is soaring up now. Before, I couldn't even see the energy bar going up, and now I can visibly see it going. So this is definitely an upgrade you want to get to as fast as possible, because then you can just fly up into the sun and absorb all of its power to get super strong. Again, I don't really want to wait, so I'm just going to set it to 10 million, and let's fall back down to do some damage. Let's quick check what 10 million solar energy gets us. 265 a hit. I'd say that's pretty strong. The last upgrade, though, is Solar Transfer.
I don't know. It's only 250. That's totally not super strong at all. Nah.
What this will do is massively drain your solar power. I had to decrease my solar power down to 1 million because it wasn't actually showing up. But what this ability does is you can activate it, and it's similar to a rage mode. When we do this, we should now do a lot more damage. And you can see our solar energy is super draining, but we have the cool Superman logo. We're glowing. And
oh, that is
turn it
cool.
on and off at any time. And that just boosts all of our stats.
That is cool. What?
It goes up to 47 and starts to.
Now it kind of sucks because I gotta edit this video, and I kind of want to play the game, but I also gotta go to the gym again because I thought I had Taekwondo today. I didn't, so I'm like, oh, I gotta get back by 12.
With our solar energy.
Come on.
And we take more damage with our fist. And that, of course, is all there is to the Kryptonite in terms of upgrades. But I did promise you we were going to check out some of the weaknesses, and of course, Kryptonite is Superman's weakness. Kryptonite ore itself does not actually do anything when you're around it, but if you have a Kryptonite block or a Kryptonite tool in your inventory, you will get drained. And I think the Kryptonite block actually, if I set this block here to Kryptonite, you can see just being close to it, I get Kryptonite poisoning. And let's see, yeah, how close do I need to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5 blocks of it, you will get Kryptonite poisoning. And the way it works is it gets rid of all of your extra boosts for things, and it starts draining your solar energy like crazy. If you get down to 0 solar energy, that's when you start taking damage. And again, these work with Kryptonite tools as well. If I were to pick one of these up, I will get Kryptonite poisoning. And if I'm hit with them, I will also get Kryptonite poisoning. But that's all there is to the Kryptonian. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did...
Okay, so I guess that's all the time we have left. I want him to do something about the Flash. I want to see something with that. Obviously, one of my favorite characters. the other favorite character would be Green Lantern or Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's kind of cool. I like Blue Beetle. But anyway, that's all the time we have left in this video. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button or that like button, it's a tiny little click for you. It's a huge help for me. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys want to submit any videos to me, any funny videos, specifically funny, no scary shit. I'll make a Discord mod for scary shit. But if you want to send some funny videos for me to react to, I will put I will put my Discord in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios!